What is API gateway?
So you have microservices. Each service is deployed with different hostname. By default, this design will make the client calls multiple hostname to access different services. To access user service, he need to call the API.users and so on and so forth. These distributions can introduce a lot of problem if we can't manage it properly. So API gateway sits between the clients and the microservices. First, it will make the clients only call one hostname, so it will more manageable in the client side. On the other hand, on the service side, it will introduce lots of benefits. For example, the authentications. With API Gateway, we can centralize the authentication, so each service don't need its own authentications. We can also create a rate limit to limit user requests as we want, and we can also log the request, change or modify the request and response body, and also we can perform an API aggregations. So we can create one endpoint in the API Gateway, but this endpoint actually called multiple backend API. So the client doesn't need to call multiple APIs. The work is shifted in the API Gateway. But API Gateway is not always provide benefits. It also has several complexity. For example, using one gateway maybe introduce a bottleneck if the traffic is high. So as an engineer, we need to think the trade-off and optimize any other backwards.
That is all for the quick explanation of the API Gateway. Thank you for watching.